go for 5-3.
Yeah, whenever you're ready.
Possibly right on to it, roughly.
Yeah, stand by that. I'll come back.
EMS
I'm Dr. Peter Parker.
054
I'm
EMS training.
a doctor here. What's your name, sir?
My name's Luke. Luke
Ah,
Skywalker.
hi, Luke. You're the EMS that I'm going to be training today, correct?
Yes, that's what I've been told.
Yep. Alright, man. Well, pretty much I'm going to be here I'll be the one training you today and hopefully teach you the ropes of becoming an EMS, alright?
Cool. Sounds like a plan.
Yeah. Alrighty. So, do you want to? We'll go on a tour first of the pillbox, considering you'll be here quite a bit. All right.
Alright, fair enough. Sounds
Yeah.
good to me.
All right. So, over here to the left, will be the elevator. When you go through Grand Flexor E muscle, you go up to the top floor. That's where doctors can get their helicopters out.
Yep. What's with that woman? Is she alright?
We got doctors on it.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
Is that
Now-
someone we can help? Like, do we help everyone in the city? Like, what is that?
There is some situations where we can't help everyone. Sometimes people die, but also there's times where government or officers might not want us reviving people.
Right.
Yeah. Alrighty, so I think it's in this room over here. This is the fuck it. This is the director's office, I'm pretty sure. And over here you see this green circle.
Yes.
You're off and on duty, and the director's table is invisible.
So who is the director? Like, who's the big boss? Who do I suck up to?
Who do you suck up to? Well, usually I'd suck up to my boss called Pink.
But who's the director?
Yeah, but the director used to be Sebastian Adams, but he's recently gone missing, and at the moment it's his son Theodore Adams.
Fair enough. So this
Yeah.
so what does this circle do again?
So this makes you go off and on duty if you flex your E muscle, but you can also just flex your AFK muscle if you think about AFK, and that will also do it if you're not near this circle. For example, if you need to go on your head, and you know when people sending pings and not being able to survive, you know.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep.
Cool. Interesting.
Nothing. Yeah, this other stuff isn't really important. Just another room. Probably one of the other management rooms, I'm assuming. I haven't needed to go there before though.
Fair enough.
Actually,
What's
let's
in here?
go through here. Yeah. So if we go through here, you gotta. I'm currently off duty. What you do is you unlock it and unlock it. Make sure you're always locking and unlocking doors. So first up in this room will be the store. So over here, you can come over here and you can get some discount. Oh shit! I need a drink. Alright. So yeah, you can get some discounted food and drinks over here. And then over here is the locker room, as you can probably tell. So over here, you'll come over here, and this will give you flex your E muscle, give you a locker room option. You can put your EMS clothes. This will vary depending on what rank you are, of course. But when you go over here to the locker room, which you need to do every time, this makes it so you can go onto the radio dispatches. Radio 3 is our EMS private dispatch, and Radio 5 is the joint dispatch, which is what I'm always on when there's other officers in town.
Fair enough.
Alrighty, if you want to unlock this door over here. Yeah, good job. You're good at unlocking and locking doors, man.
Do we ever use reception like this part, or is it just like here?
The receptionists will use it.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah. Alrighty, so over here, we got another locked door. You know what, I'm just gonna make myself one. So, you can unlock this door over here and unlock it. Yeah, you do that too. Oh, sorry, you went through my. You go through here. And, this is the pharmacy. Now, what you do when you flex your E muscle, you can, this is the medkit and bandage zone, pretty much. This is where you can get as much med kits and bandages. So pretty much the bandages will be used to heal a quarter of someone's health, and a med kit is used to either revive someone or to heal them 100%.
Right.
I recommend carrying about 10 to 20 bandages and about 20 to 30 med kits, depending on how busy it's been. But recently, I've been carrying 50.
Right.
But it's really all up to you how much you want to carry.
Fair enough. Do we
Yeah.
only get access to medkits and bandages? Like, what's up with that? Like, is it just that, or do we get access to other things like drugs and stuff to use for people?
No, you as a trainee, you would not get access to drugs. I personally don't have access to drugs either. I can probably get it, but I don't have legal access for drugs.
So we don't have access to morphine, or we don't have access to Xanax and stuff like that.
If you need it for a patient, you might be able to get some, and only give it to them if they need it, or if like that. Really depends. If you're gonna be going to the other room, I'll show you. There is some situations where you might actually need to use some morphine. I don't think as a trainee you will be doing anything like that unless you're with a higher up though.
Fair enough.
I'm sure when you climb up the ranks, you'll learn a bit more about that in future if you become a surgeon or something like that. You know.
Okay. That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah. Now through here, this is quite an important room. So if you come through here. Alright, so this is a room for patients, but it's yeah. So if there's a patient you need to take, if they've been taken here for a gunshot wound or anything like that, they can lie down on the bed. They can even lie down on the stomach, I think. Oh, does that work? I don't think it does. No. Alrighty. Now, if you come through here, there is a very special door over here. This is where you'll take default Dannies to get to fix up their characters.
What's a default?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to explain. A default Danny is pretty much someone who doesn't change how they look when they fly into the city. You know, some new people fly into the city and they got the white shirt, the blue jeans, the checkered shoes, and they're bold.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, like, what? Is it our job to do to help defaults or take them here? Like, what do we do? Do we just kidnap them?
No. Yeah, I'll get into that as well. So pretty much, default Dannies, we don't usually kidnap them or anything like that. But boy, sorry about my block load. So usually if there is a default Danny, we'll call for government to try help them out with that. But if there's if we need to take them here after they've been shot or something, we can get them to come here and change how they look. We can get them to change how they look.
Right. So, are there any like what do we do? Like, we take a default, cool. We get them changed. Then what? Like, do we just leave them?
We can. It really depends how it goes. So they might come here and ask ask a few questions, but usually if I do have to interact with someone and help them out, I'll help them out with this, and then take them outside, and if we need any help, they'll usually ask some questions.
Right.
There's not much we can do on our side, as we still do have a job to do technically.
Right.
But like I said, we can always get government to help them out if they've got questions.
Right. So is this room only used for defaults, or like if I want to change my character up whenever I want, can I just come in here and just fucking use a free surgery?
No, you definitely cannot do that. So, I know there has been times where this door used to have a lock. Looks like it doesn't anymore. But this used to have a lock where pretty much people couldn't get through unless if EMS locked.
Right.
So with the plastic surgery, you shouldn't have to go there ever unless you have a pretty damn good reason to change it. Yeah, usually if someone is changing how they look though, they'll need permission from government.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, if you do catch anyone just coming in here quite often, even so they don't have to get charged for going for a clothes shop.
Mhm.
Just you might have to call government about that.
Okay, fair enough then.
Yeah.
And okay, what's government then?
Okay, government is the support in the city.
Right.
They help look after the city. If you so the way to help them out, get them, is you'll think about rapport and then explain what you need help with.
Right, fair enough. So, this room, before I presume we walk off, what is it? So, what, we just bring patients here and just, like, what? Just let them lay on a bed and then that's it?
No, not all the time. Well, not you shouldn't be doing that most of the time anyway. So it doesn't happen too often with me personally, at least. But there is every now and then where a patient wants to come back to pillbox, and depending on the injury, you can do some tests. If they've uh, don't have much memory, you can do some tests, date of birth, names, etc. You gunshot wounds, you can come patch them up, etc. here as well, and try working them. But like I said, as a trainee or even a paramedic, you won't be doing that too much without a higher up. Even me personally, I try not to touch the bullet wound kind of stuff unless I need to. Due to it's more kind of a surgery sort of, getting the bullets out and stitching it up, etc.
Right, so pretty much your role as EMS is dictated by your rank.
Yeah, it does come to that at oh my god, what that was some loud thunder. It does come to that in some certain points. Yeah.
Right, so what's even the point of me becoming EMS then if I'm just gonna become a trainee and I don't get to do jack shit? That doesn't sound
Well,
very
no.
like.
As a trainee, you will be doing a lot. You'll be saving multiple lives in this city. You'll meet lots and lots of new people as well. Make some friends. But also, you probably won't be a trainee for too long if you work well and you're trying your all out best.
Right, okay.
That's not up to me though. But yeah, if you can just show that you're heading into town often and trying to do well, then you won't be a trainee too long.
Okay then, that fair enough. That sounds fair.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Alright. So over here, which I'll be showing you the surgeon rooms actually. So over here, these are some operating rooms. This is where surgery is usually done. I haven't had to obviously go in here as I'm not a surgeon, but over through
Fucking
here.
hell.
Do you hear the thunder
Alright,
too, or is that
bye.
just me?
No, I heard it.
Yeah. Now over here, this is the morgue. This is where dead bodies will usually be taken. Obviously, I haven't had to go to the morgue before, actually, personally. No, some people have, but I personally haven't. Over there, you see through there, that little elevator over there. That'll just take you upstairs to another room where there's even more beds. I've only gone up there once with a patient before, and yeah, it's just some extra rooms as well.
Okay,
Uh,
fair enough. So,
yeah.
how do we get a dead body here? Like, obviously we're not just gonna. Do we just fucking just pick up a dead body and just carry it around to the morgue?
No, of course not. So some of that I was about to get to outside, but for this part, if someone is dead, so that means there's 0-0, no blood, no pulse at all, and you're not able to revive them. Usually, but what you'll do is most of the time at least, due to other circumstances, you might not have to, but if they are 0-0 due to an active situation, you will body bag them, put them in a body bag. So what you'll do is you'll think about body bag and then their ID. Do you know how to get someone's ID?
Yes, I think so.
Yeah. Alrighty, so yeah, that you'll just get their ID, and yeah, so you do body bag and then the ID, and that will put them in a body bag. What you can do is you can put them in the back of a vehicle. I don't think that will work though. so you might have to carry the body bag. I haven't actually had to take anyone in a body bag here before.
Okay.
You got any questions about?
Not really. Yeah. Other than I'm curious what the second level is, but I presume that's not super important.
I mean, we can go up there if you want. Let me see, it's locked here. Let me just. Yeah, there we go. We'll go up here quickly. Just go off duty again. So yeah, we'll just flex your E muscle like the alpha elevator that takes you to. Oh, what the
Yeah,
hell?
I thought so.
When has that ever been a thing?
Yeah, I had a feeling that was gonna happen.
That's never happened before.
Yeah,
the
second
hell?
second level's scuffed. Alright, hang on.
Oh, where are we now?
Just flop.
Ah.
There we go.
Oh, what the hell? Well, that's never happened to me before. Sorry about that, sir. So don't go upstairs. That is a death trap out there.
Yes, I'm inclined to agree.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry about the rainy weather today. I'm sure you don't mind getting a little bit wet.
I'm actually allergic to the rain.
Oh, here, I'll give you an umbrella. There you go. Just take that. There you go, mate. So over here, we'll go through this quickly, and then we'll go to the other stuff. So if you go on duty, I won't get you to go on duty though. But what you'll do is you'll go into this little car over here, right? And there'll be three options. There'll be open garage, store vehicle, and garage and vehicle shop. Obviously, open garage will get view your vehicles, and then you can take it out the garage. Store vehicle and garage will store your vehicle in the garage as long as it's close to the garage. And vehicle shop. Vehicle shop is quite important, actually. The reason the vehicle shop is important is because when you go into there and you scroll over some vehicles, you cannot just go over every single one. You have to wait for each one of them to load in. Because if you don't, you can scuff your head up, and you might get trapped on the top of Maze Bank Tower, and your only way out is jumping off and killing yourself. Which, of course, we don't want.
Fair enough then.
Yes, I don't want any of the trainees killing themselves, you know?
So what do we get to drive? Like, do I get to drive
Alright.
some fucking sick ass ambulances or what?
Alright, so, as a trainee, I have, I've sent you a Google Doc, alright?
Yep.
Now, on here, this is, the EMS roster at this moment. And, pretty much, if, let's, say you hover your mouse over trainee, right? Okay, that doesn't work. Wait, does it work? Right, so yeah, when you hover over a rank, it will show the new vehicles that you unlock at that rank. So as a trainee, you can buy the ambulance, but you shouldn't be driving alone. As a trainee, you need to be with another EMS that can drive around with you. That if it's like another paramedic or a doctor, if they're not a trainer, they won't be able to do too much. But at least you'll be able to go out and hopefully save some lives, of course, you know.
Right.
The first day I became an EMS, I was told specifically by Miss Fingergood, Shelley Fingergood, one of the surgeons, specifically not to buy an ambulance as a trainee.
Right.
That was the first thing I was told by him. Yeah. So yeah, do not buy an ambulance until you're a paramedic and can actually use it. You know.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yep.
So as a trainee, I've got to be babysat.
I wouldn't think of it as babysat. It's just safety precautions. You're only a trainee. You haven't had experience with reviving patients before, and we'd rather you go with another EMS to make sure you don't accidentally kill them when trying to save a patient.
Right. Okay then.
Alrighty. Now, if you remember the radio, what you do, you'll just go, you'll open your radio. So you have to go into the locker room, alright?
Yep.
And put your EMS clothes on, you go into radio. Radio 3 is the private EMS dispatch, which is where some EMS will might go for training. Or if they can't, if Razor Rays on the joint dispatch, they might go to private dispatch.
Right.
Yeah, as is
Where do
quite
I get a
allowed in
radio
the
from?
You can get a radio from a 24/7 or a gas station, and then the phone you can get from a 24/7 as well, which is
Okay.
actually what I'm about to get in.
Okay.
So a phone is probably one of the most important things of being an EMS currently, as you need a phone to save sorry, when you need a phone, right, as an EMS, because it will when someone let's say sends a distress signal, right, you'll get a message from the ambulance number with a call or a message, sorry, and it will say a patient is down and need help, right. So what you do, you'll go onto that message, you'll hover over it, flex your random muscle, and then set GPS. Now, when I do that, once I revive the suspect, what I'll do is I'll delete that previous message so I don't get confused with other messages and
Mhm.
accidentally go to the same spot.
Mhm. Okay.
Right. So, would you want to go inside instead of being out in the rain, or would you want to stay in the rain?
I mean, it's up to you, isn't it? You're the trainer. I'm just following along, learning what I
Well,
do.
oh look, considering you're allergic to rain, we'll go inside. All right.
So, as EMS, like, can I go fucking deal drugs and shit, like, on the side to make money for
No.
myself?
Yeah. So that's another thing I was gonna go on a little bit later, mate. So legalities. All right. You are held to the same responsibilities as any other citizen as an EMS when you're off duty or even on duty. A normal person can't be getting drugs and selling it, making drugs, etc. You definitely can't. That doesn't give a good reputation for the EMS, does it?
What if
You can.
what if I'm not caught though?
That doesn't matter. You can't be selling drugs, all right? You can't be doing it.
Right.
I'm assuming government would probably do something about that. I'm actually not too sure about if you're not caught. I haven't done anything illegal to an extent to know if how that would work.
Right.
But the best way to put it is just don't do anything illegal, and you won't find out. Simple as that.
Fair enough.
Alright.
What if someone gives me illegal stuff? What do I do then? Do I get to
Uh,
keep it?
no. What I would do is I would get on the radio, or I would get on the radio if there's other officers in town, and I'd explain, or even send a 000 and explain that someone give a description, of course, has given you some illegal drugs, and make sure you give it to the officers.
Okay. So
Yeah.
pretty much I'm just a snitch.
Look, don't think of it snitching. Think of it as keeping the city safe. As an EMS, it's your job to make sure no one's getting harmed or anything like that. And if someone is taking drugs or even selling drugs, they have a chance of being killed or ODing or anything like that.
Okay. That's fair enough, I guess.
Alright. Do you have any other questions?
Well, I was gonna say, can I rob a bank, but that kind of goes with I'm not allowed to do illegal shit. So,
Why would you ask that, sir?
hey, I'm just you asked if I had any questions.
You got me there, mate. Alright.
All right. What
So,
about this? Can I carry a gun?
can you carry on? Yeah.
Yes.
Well, that's also another thing. You're making me go to the bottom of my list in my head of what I was thinking of saying. So, guns and tasers. Personally, with that, you can carry a
See,
taser.
look, I got this from my dad.
Is it
Is it loaded?
No, that's not what the question was. Was it? It was. Is it actually under your name?
Yes. It is now.
What is it under your name legally?
Yes.
Oh, okay, fun. All right, so guns and tasers. You can own a gun or a taser. You can have one on you, but there's you gotta be careful with that. All right. So tasers, or some EMS might call them defib, are used when a patient might have a very low pulse and has a chance of dying. You'll use the defib to try get their heart starting again to help revive them. All right. Now with a gun, you can have a gun, but that's only for protection. You can't be carrying it out or anything like that. You know. So only get that for protection and never pull it out unless your life's at harm. Like the other day, I had to revive a patient, and they happened to not like me. And as soon as I revived them, they pulled out a micro SMG and tried shooting at me. And I was behind my car and had my gun out because he'd been trying to shoot at me or hit me with bats and knives the whole day. So I had to put him down.
Right. So we're allowed to carry guns and use them in certain situations for our own
Yeah.
safety. Okay. Can we like detain people like if we don't have a gun? Like what's up with that? Like
Yeah, so we can place people in medical custody if that's what you're referring to.
sort of.
I think I get more of what you're talking about though. Look, when let's say if someone's trying to cause harm to someone, uh, if you do have a chance to I haven't personally had to experience having to cuff anyone to for anyone's safety. Sorry, man, my nose is really bad at the moment.
Oh look! Alright, look at that.
Yeah, there you go, man.
I just pressed a button and now I can cuff.
Well, yeah.
Now what?
So, all right. So if you wanna no, don't. Okay. So if you wanna know how to uncuff someone, what you don't do that. So what you'll do is you'll unescort me and then uncuff me.
What if I don't want to?
You'll get fired most likely by directors, Adams, or management, as you can't be abusing your cuffs.
Okay, fine then.
Yeah. So no abusing cuffs. You can't be just using cuffs to mess around with people. All right.
Fine.
Yeah. All right. So something I want to go through now is the F6 menu. So we're gonna have to go and do. If you flex your F6 muscle, you'll see EMS menu.
Yep. It says ambulance and stuff.
Yep. You'll flex your inner muscle, and you'll see a bunch of options. Correct.
Yep.
Alright, so first up is ID. Now, personally, I don't use this too often, but I might sometimes use it if I need to get the person's ID to contact the next of kin or figure out.
Wait a minute. Your name's Peter Parker?
Yes, sir.
Are you Spider-Man?
I might. So, do you not remember me saying, hi, my name's Dr. Peter Parker?
No, I wasn't paying attention.
Oh,
Believe it
have you
or
been
not.
paying attention to the rest of this?
Yes,
session?
obviously.
Obviously. Alright. So yes, usually I'll get someone's ID if they are dead. I might need to get their next of kin, or if I need to figure out their name if they have no memory and they can't figure it out, I might be able to get their ID and try help me figure out who they are and help them figure out who they are.
Right. Okay.
All right. Now next up, we got search. Now personally, I never use it. I personally can't really think of a reason to ever use search really, because one thing about search is when you search someone, you can see all the items, which personally wouldn't need to do as an EMS, but if you were to confiscate it, you wouldn't be able to get it back for that suspect. So you can't be messing around with the search menu at all. You can't be just messing around with fence and thinking, hey, I'm just gonna take your knife as a joke, and then they can't ever get their fucking knife. And the only person gonna be getting in trouble is gonna be you for losing someone's possessions. All right. Do you have any questions about?
No.
All right. Now, next up we have revived player. So, like I explained earlier, this makes it so you can. This will take up one med kit, and it will do a C and pretty much it will make you do a CPR animation, and this will eventually revive the patient. All right. We then have heal small wound. This will just use up one bandage and heal a quarter of someone's health, like I said earlier. We've got treat serious injury, which will use up one bandage and heal someone up completely. Cuff and uncuff, like I said earlier, you can use that in certain situations. You can't be abusing it though, of course.
I think that's
It's
lame.
Yeah, it's definitely not lame, so you don't want to get fired. Yeah, you can take someone into medical custody if you need. So let's say someone's recently been shot by someone, and they start trying to run away instantly and not cooperating with you, interacting with you. You can try and get them and get them to come with you. Yeah, so they can't be running away without doing anything because, of course, they've been shot, for example. I would personally try get them into medical custody and take them to pillbox to try help them out if they're not gonna be cooperating where they were shot. You know what I mean?
Right.
Right, escort. Do you know how the order of cuff and escort work?
You just explained it to me, so I would presume cuff, then escort,
Yep.
uncuff.
Yep, exactly. You have to be escorting someone to put someone in a vehicle, and then you can take someone out of the vehicle, of course.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep. All right. So, more things about that aren't really F6 menu, but are still quite important. Every time you go to revive a patient, you're gonna make sure you're doing /med and then their ID. This will show their beats per minute and their blood.
What's the
Then,
ID? What's the ID button again?
it's to the left of your one muscle.
Okay, yeah. Is it tab?
Above tab.
So it's exit.
Is that what it's called? I don't know. That sounds right though. So yeah, that's how you'll get their ID. You do /med. So that's all. Let's go back off duty since we're not using the F6 one. So yeah, you'll do /med and then the ID. That'll show their BPM, their pulse, which is their pulse, their blood. That'll show how fast they're bleeding, if it's slow or fast or whatever. And it shows the area where they're hurt. It could be their legs, or it could be their arms, could be their head. It really depends on obviously where they were hurt.
Right. Okay.
Like I said earlier, if they have a low blood percentage but have pulse, you can do some scenarios. If they do have a very low blood but their pulse is quite alright, you could get a blood bag if you got one in your EMS vehicle.
Right.
Or if they got a low pulse, you can use your taser as a defib to try defibrillate the patient.
Okay. So what if like my friends are on this, have flown into the city and I'm on duty? Can I just pick them up regardless? Like I don't give a shit. Like if they're 0-0, I want to pick them up because I want to run around with my mates.
Alright, well, this kind of comes to what I was about to say now. So, with if they're 0-0, right? This is about like with anyone. You don't if there is someone 0-0 and it's not in an active RP scenario, like let's say they got run over. Let's say your friends just got run over on the highway, right? Or some locals on Grove Street shot them up. You try to do a scenario to make it realistic, but then revive them. But if your friends did die in an actual scenario, like they tried robbing someone, or they got into a police shootout, got shot by the police in a 0-0, you can't just be reviving them. You know, they're dead. You can't revive someone that's dead.
Right. Okay.
Now there will be times where people are 0-0, so meaning they're dead. On some occasions, EMS could revive players like this due to the scenario. Sometimes it may be like I said, a local shot them or just got run over. You can revive them as long as you are, doing something to make it a little bit interesting. Make sure you're not just reviving them because they get run over and that's it and leave. Try do some other stuff to make it a little bit more interesting for everyone.
Fair enough.
Alright, so we already talked about how the phone works and how the getting the calls work. Now, next we'll talk about arriving on the scene of a patient or a distress signal. When you arrive on scene, let's say you might have heard shots fired previously, or you got a notifications of shots fired, and there was right where there's a distress signal. You got to make sure it's safe to enter the area. You can't just be going in there and reviving the player or the person, because that would completely put you at risk and risk your whole life. So what you'll need to do is make sure it's clear to go and save the patient. If you heard shots fired, make sure to call police if you can, to try and make sure you're safe and also the patient. But you can also shout from a safe area and ask for weapons to put away so you can save a patient. Don't try reviving them until the area is completely safe. If someone does try to prevent you from trying to revive one of your patients, just tell them that they try stopping you from treating a patient. You'll put them on the no revive list and not help them when they're next down. So try use RP as much as possible to make them realize that they should just let you revive the player instead of ruining that person's experience and then in future ruining theirs.
Right. Okay.
Alright, so if a patient, let's say you have a patient that's being held hostage, a dead patient, let's say, or we're not sure it's dead, but the person's dead, but let's say the hostage takers have someone who they presume is dead, and they think the patient's dead. Try to negotiate. You can try and negotiate with them for the body, and just so you can try and contact their next of kin or something like that. There's even a chance.
Why would I negotiate if I can just pull my gun and shoot them and take the body?
Because you don't want to risk your own life, and that's not your job. That's the police's job. They deal with that. We have no training on hostage taking. We don't know what to do. That's not our job.
Right. Okay.
There's also times where you arrived on a crime scene and you might see police. Just make sure you stay at a safe distance away from the crime scene, but also make sure you're on the joint dispatch radio to talk to police to figure out what's going on and what they want you to know. You got any questions so far?
No, I'm good.
Alright, so this is quite important now. So this is about the order of treatment of when reviving people. So the way it works is EMS is highest priority for revives, police are in the middle, and then civilians last. So let's say there are police, EMS, and civilians unconscious. What you would do is you revive the EMS first, then the police officer, and then when the police officers give the check, the civilian. Because let's say the civilian is a suspect, you need to be cleared by the officers to revive them first. But make sure you slash man all the player on the scene who are down, who needs to be revived first, and then you go to the patient with the lowest pulse, depending on, of course, the order of treatment, and you'll be able to revive them. But try out some OP and make sure they're, make sure they're feeling all good. Bandage them up if you really need to, if you have time. You probably in that scenario wouldn't if there's a lot of people down, but if you did, you can patch them up if you need to.
Okay, fair enough.
If someone is zero pulse and zero blood in an active RP scene, make sure you declare the person dead and place them in a body bag, which I explained earlier. If you have no cause, you can also continue it and take them to the ball. Like I said, I haven't done that before though, so I would completely know how you'd go about that, about carrying them or what you do. You can also continue some stuff with patients if they're seriously injured. You can, like I said earlier, you can take them to the pillbox and take them to a bed to continue. And yeah, like I also said about the medical custody, I'll explain that a little bit more. When someone is revived by you, they're in medical custody. So until a member of EMS releases them, they can't just walk away or get in their car straight after being saved and just drive away. They have to stay with you.
Okay, fair enough.
Yep. Do you have any other questions?
I don't think so. So, if I'm going to a scene where there's police or like active shooting and stuff, like, can I just go straight in and just, you know, wait however close I want?
Well, like I said earlier, a second ago, what I said was, yeah. When you're on there's a crime scene, let's say you see officers there, what you do, you stay at a safe distance and radio it to police, to ask what they want you to do and if it's safe to enter. You
Okay.
can't just be going in. Yeah.
Yep. Okay then. Fair enough.
All right. So the last thing I want to talk about, which I went into a little bit of information earlier about, is when to declare people dead. So pretty much, if a patient was part of an active situation, you should med them and use what you got to figure out if they're dead. But if they are zero pulse, zero blood, then you should pronounce them dead at whatever time it is. Place them in a body.
Okay.
But there's examples when we're low on EMS numbers and it's taking too long to get to patients. So recently, there's been a lot of calls from what I've been told by Juju about, like 6, 7, 8 o'clock, where there is heaps and heaps of calls and it's taking too long. So there is a possibility of them bleeding out before you get there. So, but you can, and it's not their own fault, of course. So you can use your own discretion, and you can be generous and pick people up, irrelevant to what /med says. It really depends on, like I said, it really depends on some situations when you revive people. If they do, for example, do a /me, saying, fail RP or RDM or VDM, don't just go revive them and ask what happened. Just call a member of government, and of course, government will deal with that, and they might ask you to revive them if they want to talk. Now, the last thing, which I did mention before, is if someone dies from a local or a car accident, if there's been no actual situation for it, just I'd usually revive them, as we don't want people losing their shit all the time, especially to a local. We can be generous with stuff like that.
Right. Okay.
That's kind of everything I've got to talk to you about. If you got some other questions you might want to ask.
No, I think I'm good
Yep.
at the moment.
All right. Well, yeah, that should be everything. We can take you for an EMS ride if you want, though. It's up to you. We don't have to go on an EMS ride. That's not part of the training. Uh, we could go on duty and wait for a call if you want, though. That's up to you. Depends if you want to go home and get some rest.